If you're a Canadian business owner, you probably dread filing your GST and HST tax. But did you know filing your GST and HST isn't just about paying the CRA? In fact, you can actually get a lot of money back when you file this the right way. And that's why in this video, I'll be walking you step by step on how to file your HST and GST tax, and most importantly, how to get your GST and HST refund from your business expenses. And so if you're ready, let's get into it. Okay, and so who actually needs to file their GST and HST return? Well, if your business revenue hits over $30,000 in 4 consecutive quarters, you need to file HST and GST. And you'll need to report this either annually, quarter, or monthly. Now let's talk about tax deadlines, because missing these could cost you a lot of money. Your GST and HST return is due 1 month after the end of your reporting period. So if you're filing quarterly and your period ends September 30th, your return is due October 31st. And if you owe money and you don't pay it, you'll be charged a 5% penalty and a 1% interest that adds up really fast. Now here's the good news. Sometimes the CRA will actually owe you a refund because you paid more GST and HST on business expenses than the amount that you earned. And so this is how some people can actually get a refund when they file their HST and GST. Okay, and so here's everything that you need before you start filing your GST and HST. The first being your GST and HST number and your CRA account login. So you'll need to access your My Business account to file online. And if you don't have the login, you'll need to set up those credentials first. Number 2, sales records. You'll need the total GST and HST amount that you collected in the reporting period. This includes all of the invoices that was charged to people living in a province of Canada. And this is the reason why I highly recommend using an accounting software like QuickBooks, because it'll automatically do this process for you. Number 3, you'll need a record of all of your business receipts. And so this is where you can actually get a GST and HST refund on any expenses where you paid GST and HST. And so these are called input tax credits. And this is why you really want to have a good record on any business-related expenses like subscriptions, phone bill, professional services, equipment, and so on. Okay, now keeping track of this throughout the year can be really overwhelming, which is why I created my free self-employment tax checklist that will tell you all of the main tax deductions and credits that you can claim. And so if you want access to this, then feel free to go to the link in the description below. Okay, and so now that you have everything that you need to file your HST and GST, let's get to the tutorial section of this video. And to do this, I'll be handing it off to my colleague Chris, who runs his own tax practice in Ontario. And he's literally filed thousands of tax returns by now. And so Chris, you can take it away.
Hey guys, my name is Chris. I'm a tax consultant based in London, Ontario, Canada. And today I'm going to take you guys through a walkthrough on how to file your GST or HST return. So basically 2 different ways that I do it with my clients. Number 1, which is the way I will show you, is doing it through your CRA account. The second way is something through what's called NETFILE, which I will go over briefly towards the end of this video. But for starters, so you're logged into your CRA account. It looks a little bit something like this. You're going to scroll down to where it says GST, HST. You're going to click your RT0001. It'll take you to this. So if you scroll down, it'll show you here expected returns. So next return for me, I file annually, is the fiscal year of 2025. And it'll say right here for status, expected return. That'll be the one I'm going to file. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to the blue button here that says file a return. So once I click that, it'll take me to this page here. So for like 99.9% of people, they're going to click this top option up here. You're going to hit next. So I'm going to ask you for the reporting period. So again, I file annually. So I file from January 1st up until December 31st. So I will go ahead and put those dates in. If you're someone who files quarterly, for example, from January to March, April to June, et cetera, you'll have to put in the dates that apply to you in that scenario. So I'm going to go ahead here, 2025, December 31st. That's all good. It'll give you a couple different options here. So for example, I am filing a null return. If you're someone that hasn't been doing any business activities, but you still have to file an HST return, didn't have any income, didn't collect any HST, GST, didn't have any ITCs, you can just check that box and it will basically pre-fill zeros for everything, so you don't have to do the work yourself. Also, for some people, depending on if they have exempt supplies, zero-rated exports, goodwill, stuff like that, you'll check this second box here. Then there's some extra stuff here, rebate applications, other schedules that don't really apply to very many people, so I'll skip that. Hit next, it's then going to take you to this page where you go and enter your information in. So line 101, sales and other revenue. Now, there are 2 different ways to file GST or HST. So the first way that most people are familiar with, so here in Ontario, we have what's known as HST, so we charge 13%. So for example, if I go and charge a client $100, I have to collect $13 on top of that as HST. When I go to file my HST return, I will pay that $13 to the government. That is the normal way to do it. The other way is something called GST or HST quick method. Now, the quick method is a little bit more complicated. So if that's something you want to look into, I highly recommend that you refer to a tax professional or refer to CRA's website for more information. But for the demonstration, I will do it the normal way. So let's say, for example, here in Ontario, you've made $100,000, you've collected $13,000 of HST on top of that. So total is $113,000, but for line 101, you're going to put in what your sales were without the GST or HST. So in that scenario, it would be $100,000. If you're doing the GST or HST quick method, you do put in what you made plus the GST or the HST you collected. So in that scenario, it would be $113,000. But since we're doing it the normal way, I'm going to put in $100,000 there. Scrolling down to net tax calculation, so line 103, GST, HST collected or that became collectible in the reporting period. So here in Canada, we use something called the accrual method. So you are supposed to recognize income as it's earned, not necessarily when it's paid. So again, in this scenario, because I made $100,000, collected 13% on top, I will put in there $13,000 of GST or HST collected. Line 104, adjustments to be added. So stuff that would go in there, for example, would be if you wrote off income as bad debt and then all of a sudden it became collectible and you collected a GST or HST with that, that would be something that would go into line 104. Doesn't really occur very often. Line 106, ITCs for the current period and unclaimed ITCs from a previous period. So any GST or HST you pay on expenses, the CRA will refer to it as an ITC or an investment tax credit. So for example, let's say if I went and spent $10,000 on expenses that had GST or HST on it, here in Ontario, again, 13%, that'll be $1,300 thrown in there. Now, as you may note here, and as I read, it says any unclaimed ITCs from a previous period. So with GST or HST that you collect, you have to report it in the period that you collected it. ITCs are a little bit different. So you do have the option to claim it in the period that the expense was incurred, or you can actually delay it up to 4 years. You don't have to claim it in the year that you have it. So when it refers to any unclaimed ITCs from a previous period, if you have GST or HST that you paid on an expense from a prior year that you didn't claim in that year, as I mentioned, you can claim up to 4 years that expense. So you can do that if you haven't claimed it from a previous period. And then line 107, adjustments to be deducted. Same sort of thing. Something that would go in there would be if you had an expense that all of a sudden you weren't going to pay and then you paid it and there was GST or HST on it that was previously written off, you would go in there. Again, doesn't apply to very many people. And then some extra stuff down here. Again, doesn't apply to most people. You're going to hit next. It will then produce a summary for you. This is where you can go back and look through everything to make sure all the numbers are right. So it shows sales and other revenue, 100 grand. GST, HST collected, line 103 is 13,000. And then ITCs for the current period is 1,300. So in the past, you might be familiar, that stuff used to get reported on line 105 and line 108. They did come up with the new line numbers recently, 103, 104, 106, and 107. That's basically how that looks. And then it'll ask you, will you make a payment within the next 5 days or payment due date? You can either say yes or no or not sure, certify the info was right, and then you basically click submit. That will then get assessed just like your normal tax return, and then you will be good. Now, that is doing it through your CRA My Account. As I did mention, there is something or another way that you can do it through what's called GST, HST NETFILE. So I'll show you guys briefly kind of how that works. So this is what the website looks like. So using the online GST, HST NETFILE form. So in order to use this way, you may or may not be familiar with, the CRA will send out a letter with something known as an access code. So you may get a reminder that you have to file your HST or whatever, but it may have a 4-digit access code on it. So if you are going to use the GST or HST NETFILE, you have to have that access code. If you don't, you can create a new access code. I'll show you how to do that here. But if you're doing it this way, you go file your return. It'll ask you for some information. So your business number, you'll type in the 9 digits there, followed by the RT 0001 for most people. It'll then ask you for the access code. So if you have it on that mail that was sent to you from CRA, that's where you will go and enter it. If you click the question mark here, assuming this works, there we go. It'll take you to some information here about the access code. So if you've lost it or you forgot and you want to create a new access code, you do have the ability to do that. So if you click online form here, it'll show you visit GST HST access code online. If you click that link there, it'll take you to the page to get a new access code. Now, in order to do this, you do have to have an HST return from a prior period. It will ask for some information from that return to verify that it is the right person that they're giving this access code to. So basically, you go and enter that information there, and then once you enter everything in, it will spit out an access code for you. You can go and enter it in there. Reporting period, very similar to filing on your CRA My Business Account. You go and enter the reporting period. Same options that it gives you there. Now, I don't have an access code in front of me, so I can't proceed without entering that information in. But once you hit next, it basically takes you to the same page, almost identical to your CRA My Account, where it has the line numbers. You go ahead and enter the information in, go ahead and file, and then it will give you a confirmation, and then that's all you got to do. So yeah, quick and easy. That's how you file a GST HST return here in Canada. And happy tax season.
Okay, and so that's how you file your GST and HST return as a self-employed business owner in Canada. And I know that was a lot of information to take in, but just remember, if you consistently track your income, expenses, and receipts throughout the year, then when it comes to tax season, you won't have to worry as much. And look, I know that this is not the most sexy thing to worry about, but managing your finances and filing your taxes as a business owner is one of the key factors of running a successful business. And so if you don't learn it now, you'll have to learn it eventually in the future. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably someone who wants to learn about how to pay less taxes in Canada so that you can have more location, time, and financial freedom. Well, if this is you, then I created a whole playlist on my YouTube channel specifically to help Canadians learn how to retire early in their 40s and 50s. And so if you want to retire young, not old, all while enjoying life, then watch this video next.